round number 4 here of Überfest 2025. We're here in Granary. Testimonianza di gioco in the blue and Pint Gaming in the red. Let's see what they bring on mid.
Let's see what they can cook up here. We've switched over to Alien for the cam here. A little bit slower than Lucas, getting some good initial damage. Nearly takes down Alien, actually. That could slow things down for this mid. However, just taking the top are Pint Gaming, but so much damage from Lucas. Early bombs come in now from the Pint soldiers, instantly denied by Pappy. However, the damage is so good by Smile, though. They look like they have all the space on Pint, but do they refight here on Witness Gaming?
Low health on Smile is going to be dropped down, but this nuke comes in.
What?
Soki, Smile, all flying in, taking down the rest of this Witness Gaming team. They get wiped on mid, and what a start this could be if Pint could get the first round.
This could be huge. This could be massive. They're already running onto large. Yeah, Warped on the left spawn. Alien on the right spawn here. They're trapping things out. Can they convert? 3 times on the point. Pint Gaming take a round in 1 minute and 5 seconds. What are we watching?
Washedness Gaming. It's 1-0 already for Pint. They come flying out of the traps. What a bomb. The pincer in. Smile and Soki from the front. Warped collapsing in behind. Everybody falls on that mid. What a horrible start for the team in blue.
But we've got to slow it down a little bit here, Ben. That is only 1 round, and we are talking about TDG here. Probably the best team. They were the best team in the world. They beat the international crowd. Are they going to falter to a second to last place team here? We'll have to see.
Well, I'd see last time it was these circling high soldier bombs that worked out so well, and we see Warped and Smile jumping in once more, but they're not quite able to land on anything so far. They're going to have to slow this down, collapse in these plays. Eeply first to fall. Alien taking a lot of damage here. Up from the scattergun of Thomas, but if they can stabilize this one-player advantage, it's looking pretty good for Pint.
Yeah, they are losing a player here. It is going to be Smile going down, but they look like they have a decent amount of space. Need to take this control of the high ground as they do lose a second soldier. Another bomb coming in from Solentes. Doesn't get anything, but Soki going down to an arrow means that they have to leave on the side here of Pint. But will they catch this pick onto Lucas? Could have been massive if they managed to get that, but it is going to be TDG holding on to mid. But neither medic lost means not really too much, you know, going to happen here. We are playing 7 CP, we are playing Granary here, and you do basically get an extra hold here. I feel like TDG, if any team's going to do it, it's going to be them on hitting a nice sack into second, into yard.
There's a couple of options, a couple of speed shots that the bomb that Pappy might be going for here, or actually might not even need to bomb because he walks in straight away and smites down Alien Smiley, and now with no demo man it can be real tough for these defending Pint Gaming players. We already see low HP on the flank too, and it looks to me like Witness, they might just buff up and try and barge their way through here on the valley.
That's absolutely what they do. No sticky drop, but they drop Tomath. Very uncharacteristic. The Uber not been popped from Patchouli thus far, and they're just absolutely getting out scot-free.
They're milking it completely.
Yeah, so good from the side of Pint Gaming. They are playing way above their pay grade. We'll see if they can get in cleanly onto mid here.
Well, absolutely see, and they have an Ubercharge to use should they need it. And Andy and Soki going down. Oh, it was looking so fantastic, but now they're in real trouble. No scouts, now these soldier bombs. They might be getting forced, they might be losing a player, but Pappy, was that an air shot onto Pappy as he faded around? He took a big divergence upwards there, but now Smile bombing in might be able to get in onto auto. When Alien with the Ubercharge comes in, they might be killing everything here in this Uber.
Yeah, they should be getting free here. There's 2 in behind, Ixie and Pappy both in. It's good rockets onto Patch, living on 20 health, but Ixie, he's still in, takes down one. That's Andy. What's he gonna do?
Oh, 40 HP on Patchouli, regenerating up, trying to get back in onto Alien Smiley. Alien Smiley goes down. Fantastic play from Ixie. But what we need to remember is the auto died right at the start of that fight. It is going to be advantage for Patchouli if Pint are able to get in, and they are actually bombing this forward. They really want to take space here onto mid, but it might be ill-advised because they're down a demo man, and the forward spawns are here for Witness. No, it might be getting a bit rough here for Pint.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a presumptuous push here, and Patch looks like they might be caught out. Lucas is in deep, gets 1 pipe, finishes off Patch. Yeah, that's huge here. And this is looking good for TGG. Surely they can wrap this one up.
Yeah, this is a really good opportunity to level the score. What a lightning fast first 5 minutes we've had here on Granary. Going to be full Ubercharge advantage for Witness Gaming Italy as they get themselves buffed up. They're going to fly in, and we've seen these Lucas bombs into last. It could be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they pull out. All eyes on Lucas as he does jump in through that left side. Sentry gun down instantly. High ground still controlled. by Pint, but there's some bombs in deep from left, from right. They're absolutely penetrating. It's Andy Do down first, but Solentes is soon to follow. They get some good cap time here, but the boot is doing so much, Ben.
The heavy just lived the entire time. Yes, gets focused down, but getting tanked and tanked and tanked by these arrows. And now the players, they're still standing tall here on the defensive. But actually, it's maybe Tomas coming in. One kill, can't quite find the one onto the heavy. Despite getting the kill over onto the alien. Auto gets caught on the retreat as well. This is going to be a full ad now the other way. We haven't stopped yet.
They need to not rush this, though. I really don't like that Andy's going in solo against this soldier. He seems to be struggling a little bit, not finding those shots, and now Lucas has something to say about it. Finally has a little bit of backup for Warp, but is it too little too late here? Just back out, son. Take your last hold. I think that's the smartest move here. You have 100%, get your players back up, and you can maybe take this push. But Lucas is such a demon on this second.
That is honestly fantastic play from those two players. They're actually going to walk it in regardless, and never mind, as Alien dies, but truly getting forced out as well. This is really, really rough now for Pint. You said they were going to back up, and I thought they were going to back up, but they decide they're going to walk in regardless.
Yeah, it's a bit of a high-risk, high-reward play, right? We've seen Ixie twice now getting behind. Maybe the flank, a little bit of an issue on this Pint Gaming side, but there's still fights going on everywhere. They're actually 3 players down on TDG, and this gives a good opportunity to try to get out into this yard area, maybe try to get onto Auto, or just make them lose this area. Auto on 80%, might be able to get this during this fight, but it's going to be ever so close.
87, that Uber charge takes and takes and takes up. Can bombs get in? Can plays be made at Auto's life before Uber charge is ready? The answer to that one is no. Auto does have the Uber. And Auto does have a team in tow who are ready to get themselves in from this yard side. There's coming in now all the way through to the lunchbox, and they might be looking to take this one aggressive and try and surprise, but Patchouli is on 90%, so I think Pint might have an opportunity to trade here.
Great rockets and Warp completely shut down Toe. He wanted to just run in aggressively, but Pappy in onto Patch.
Force comes out, and Auto safe as houses all the way back over towards this garage area. There's still players in the flank just bullying and harassing. Bomb comes into Auto, forces up 19 HP. Great work there from Alien, and still getting caught on the flank too. There is chance now of a last pull to come up, and there's maybe even better, but Ixie, never mind! Ixie is tearing everyone up. Doesn't matter you've got beam, doesn't matter your 185 health.
And Auto gets a saw.
Oh, it's absolutely devastating.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake made by Pint there. They jumped in 3 players for that force. I mean, I like maybe losing your demo man. You can maybe get him back up on last and have some sort of an opportunity, but you lose Warps coming in behind as well, and you basically just hand them over that round. You can't just expect to get out completely free there. And yeah, TDG do a good job of just feeding off the scraps there and getting a solid round. And that's more of the team we were expecting, but Pint have had some real moments of glory. I think if they can keep playing fast here, they have a really good opportunity of keeping this close.
They absolutely are. We've seen some fantastic work so far. These mid-fights have been absolutely fine. This moment here for Ixie is, well, that's that wins you rounds if you're able to walk in a pocket scout like that. The sword didn't really matter much in the end, but we go to the mid-fight. We have players arriving, spamming away, spamming across, and we'll see if Pint go for these aggressive high bombs. It looks like they are.
Yeah, it seems to be tried and tested so far, getting a lot of spam up by Smile. Even gets an arrow, that's so good. They're just caught in the corner, but it's no picks thus far. That allows TDG get a little bit more healthy, get a little bit more space here, but they do not stop the pressure here on the side. Oh! And there's a nice bomb in, but it's kind of cleaned up a little bit here on the side of Pint Gaming. They seem to have all the high control they could ever want. Taking down Ixie as well. Surely you have to leave on the side of TDG here.
Yeah, they have to back up. Lost all their scouts and Pappy as well. That Pappy sync bomb did look good, but at the end of the day, he only got 1 kill. It was a lot of damage, but it was damage that was just quickly arrowed up by Patchouli. Oh, Silentes getting spotted out here. This is going to be a late death, so maybe there is a chance to use that timing, try and sack in, try and get some space, try and get this movement in towards yard, because this can be a tough part of the map to push into if you let things really slow down.
Yeah, it really can. I mean, a lot of the time you will just have your demo man watching right hand side, so the only opportunity is for soldiers to come in. Andy is on sniper, so they're looking for a distraction from him. Doesn't hit his initial shot here and does get taken down by Lucas. I think that will be all she wrote for that initial push, but it was good pressure. They were taking a lot of eyes there onto Choke, so a good decision. But now you know Tomas is just in. Patch is dodging everything. Patch, you don't do this. Disgusting from Patch, and the Uber is completely faded. They should be able to chase here on Pint, but their health is too low. There's too many people absolutely everywhere, but that was kind of an aura farm.
Yeah, and there's also Andy in it as well, trying to fight these players behind, losing out to Thomas though, as they try and back up out of this. And honestly, as the Dusty starting settle, this wasn't actually too bad from Italian Witness Gaming, but they are actually getting a couple of their players cleaned up, and we genuinely just have not slowed down this game. This has been a wild, wild ride here on Granary for the first 10 minutes. There's 20 more still to play. Anyone's game as it flips into the blue.
Yeah, absolute roller coaster so far. Ubers are even, but they don't have on each team. This could be an opportunity to try to get something going. We genuinely see that Witness a lot of the time, when Ubers are not in play, can do a lot better. Salentis trying to go for a bomb in, unfortunately fails it. Old man took a season or two off the game, has forgotten how to jump, unlucky.
Yeah, not quite able to make it in, but you're a bit limited trying to get into Granary second. There's only a couple of bombers you can realistically get off, and with so many spam passes, it is a lot of down. It can be one of the tougher points to reach into. This time they've really hit around to Joko. As still getting spammed around and jumped down.
Happy's in though.
Yeah, this surely doesn't get. Lucas down though, they can push.
Yeah, Lucas down is huge. That means absolutely no traps as you come in here. Another soldier going out. This should just be lights closed if they play this correctly. This scout so deep in as well. Caught out is Ixie. They're kind of crumbling TGG. I don't see this from them a lot. They tend to only lose one player on these sort of plays, but losing 3 is uncharacteristic here. Pint really giving it to them.
Absolutely rattled, and they're getting spammed back out of the yard as well. Pint really wanted to take all the space they can and walk all the way forward. As now on the left side yard, they're going to have to take a trade at some point. Never mind, it's not a trade because Thomas gets shut down.
That's the second time this game that we've seen Auto drop Thomas here, and it's such a good Uber. Andy's so deep in, takes down Auto. Surely we'll be able to take down Lucas. No, he backs out. This is so smart here. As long as you've managed to keep your demo man alive, this is massive. Ixie taken down. Andy is just him.
Andy Dude, the legend. We saw this online. On LAN, he is the same beast over and over again. 2 players left alive. Look how long those spawn times are. There's 12 seconds left on 3 of these players. There's a chance to win this unless Thomas can deny. Thomas cannot deny. Andy Dude is the best scout in this server.
That is absolutely despicable. No, that's a play of the land so far.
That's outrageous. You're playing against the best player in the world. Thomas is a legend, and Andy Dude walks in. He's played 1 season of Prem, and Andy Dude is popping off an 8K to finish that round. But we've got to be said, there's 17 minutes left. They've got to hang on. They've got to keep this tempo up. They can't go Joko Piano. They've got to keep it Joko Forte here for Pint Gaming if they want to stay in this game.
This is where things get difficult. This is where the pressure really lies. What can they do here? Once again, on to our 4th mid here. Not too much damage going down initially. Both teams playing it a little bit slower. Ixie does go down to Smile though, but double bomb in from TDG, instantly shut down.
And Pachuli's still at 50 HP as well. They have to scatter all the way out, but there's players collapsing in. There's soldiers trying to get through. Smile getting deleted by Thomas, and this may well buy enough space for a yard setup to happen here. Lucas with the medic, with the scout, they can settle and they can try and get themselves a setup, because we have been back and forth so many times here. They've just got to calm it. They've got to get their players back up and maybe use the spawn time to go for something, but it doesn't seem to me like it's an option that's open.
Yeah, Uber's now up for both teams here, so we are just basically in sack territory, but I have to say, Pint Gaming doesn't have to do a huge amount here. They don't have to go for anything crazy because they've won, I think, basically every single mid, or they've looked very convincing every single mid. And I think if they somehow do go for a round reset here, going for it is not the worst decision in the world. But I mean, they're absolutely going to go for something, right? But what do they go for? What preference do you like to see? And I think it might be Smile coming in through choke here.
Yeah, going to speed shot through to a bit of damage and get caught. But walks in the medic. 1 rocket onto Auto, but the second one is not able to fire. Ixie and Thomas clean up both those soldiers, and now it's time for the counter-aggression. Yeah,
TGG always push this. They just have absolutely nothing to contest that high ground or to spam down onto them. And they know that on Pint Gaming. They've got 1 second left on the spawner. They're going to get the forward spawns here, allowing them to hold this yard. So things have just kind of flipped a little bit, but I will say TGG have looked maybe a little stronger on getting something going into yard here.
They have. Last time around, they managed to just catch Alien Smiley completely off guard with some soldier spam, but from Garage. No, it seems this time it's Lucas who's the one trying to spam in. from this window. Still maybe lining up a bomb, maybe trying to get him from the left-hand side. Jumps through the sticky trap, completely uncontested, and bombs through 1v1 in onto Warped. Pops him into the sky and does actually land a bit of damage on the splash, but isn't cleaned up by Soki. And Soki doesn't manage to get the cleanup, but now, okay, never mind, we're flip-flopping back and forth.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually from the flank there. Good initial cleanup and help from Soki there, and then Warped getting into the right position to deny the health back they knew they were going to go for. But it's going to be a trade here, and Lucas this time gets traded. Patch is still holding on here. It's about 50% gone on auto, but where's his scout disappeared to? He's actually just gone into the Nether.
Yeah, and the demo died right as the Uber happened, and Pappy's bombing in can't get anything either. There are multiple players up here on Pint Gaming. If they deny these spawns, I think Lucas is getting a forward spawn, which is going to make it really hard to roll this straight away. But Pappy down is still enough to try and walk this dude from Garage, try and get themselves in. Can they barge through these doorways?
Yeah, they've managed to get through this left-hand side, but not really getting any picks. Ixie will be a nice first, but instantly traded for Andy Dude. He has been the MVP of that team so far. Can they get much more?
Lucas is down.
Yeah, but they're trading so back and forth, and the health is tragic on the side of Pint. This is going to be a hard fight to win.
Truly gets caught by Pappy. Pappy comes in with the cleanup crew alongside Thomas. Everyone on the Pint side, they were so far extended, and they were not able to scurry out into the garage quite in time. As did I just see what I thought I saw there? Has Andy just come out of spawn on Spy?
I guess he has. This is a ballsy play,
I saw him jump out the
but you
window.
don't expect this. Oh, this is good. He decloaks. Can he get onto Auto? Auto's just standing still. He spots him.
Good try from Andy Dude. It was spotted nicely there. They're all too aware.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. But now TTG, full Uber advantage, going into the second here of Pine. They're not playing it too aggressively. They know they're up top now, but they've given all the respect, all the space. Do drop Pappy here, but taking it through the top. This is so hard to get out of. Patch just spinning in circles. He's plus lefting on him. Unfortunately, Thomas hits the shots this time. So you can play the Uber advantage here, or you just play the fact they have no heals.
Yeah, Pappy down does make it a bit tougher to try and play it on the no heals. You've got one less soldier at 1 minute the height, but they are just going to send players in. They're going to try and get some spam with good in mid as well. As you say, there's no heals up. 2 more seconds before that becomes available for the defense.
They're just nowhere near the point.
There's so much space.
They're just in spawn currently. I don't know how no one really gets onto the point off that sentry gun to lane. Nice from Warped. Really, really good. Heavy needs to survive here. Crouches under the sticky, and now it's all crumbling.
What? The arrow from Patchouli across the entire last point. Patchouli is having a life game this map. Oh my. All this disco spinning, dancing left and right and across map. Arrow, I think Auto was going to die anyway, let it be known. But it still looks cool. That'll still look good in the frag video.
Patchouli is just having fun with it at this point. He really is just having fun. He's taunting, he's doing some silly little things, and it's kind of working against TTG here. And it looks like they should be able to cap up mid. There is congestion coming in from TTG. Bombs coming in deep from Lucas. Patch in a bad position here. Will get taken down. What can they respond with on the side of Pint Gaming? Warped is in for the bombs here. Not really able to get much. They just back up. They take 2 down, but I don't know if it's really enough as Auto, he's out high and dry here. They should be able to get mid here, but the contest might even come in from TTG.
And Thomas getting a forward spawn. Still might be getting a forward spawn as well if this cap is denied sufficiently. And the soldiers bombing into
oh my god, Warped! Warped! He just gets it. He just walks around the corner. No one looks at him. How do you let that happen? How are you the top team, quote unquote, in the world, and you don't check your corners?
Well, Warped has found some place to burrow himself away, and I do not know how on earth he has managed to rip that one out. We were talking about it was big trouble. They were down full disadvantage. They were getting blocked on mid. The fight for the entire combo just looks terrible. But Warped just sneaks in, and now we're talking Uber advantage for Pint Gaming. Yes, they don't have the midpoint, and yes, it is only... It's about, what, 20-30%. It's probably not something they're going to push off, but with 11 minutes left to play against the best team in the world, they are much more content in this situation.
Yeah, this is where you park the bus, right? Like, this is where you do absolutely nothing. You keep Patch alive. You maybe even do something cheeky and let them have second, so you don't have to round reset here. And you are basically winning this map, potentially. We'll have to see if that unfolds. That is a very unlikely scenario here. But yeah, as you said, Uber's now coming up on both teams. We do see TGG kind of edging ever so forward, getting into this garage area, looking for those illustrious sacks.
Yeah, we'll see what they go for. They've got a few things in their locker. We've seen various spam options. We've seen various flank push options. We've seen various bombs in through choke, and it seems like the latter is on the cards so far for TGG as Pappy goes absolutely sky high, trying to land in, decides to fade around and get a kill into Smile, but the kill is not forthcoming as Warped is soldier to fall, as Pappy and Sil trade out in kind. Soki gonna walk in, try and get this kill in onto Ixie, as Everyone just backs up and heals away. Andy, though, actually walking in really aggro, gets a force out onto Auto, and Patchouli once again is holding his nerve. He's maybe letting a demo man die, but Alien Smiley doesn't even die either. Patchouli, does he have a right mouse button in these situations?
I actually have no idea how those two players just live. Your Scout and Demo Man should just never live there. Like, that is disgusting here. And now, look, they're basically getting it for free. It's just a Scout up top, a couple of sticky traps to worry about. They're going to use on through here aggressively.
Dropped.
Losing Alien, though, is huge.
Yeah, Alien going down.
Oh, no picks either.
This is a back out. This is really, really dicey now because they're 40% down a demo man as well. Didn't cap mid. There's no chance of even getting a forward spawn in the Alien because they haven't capped that point. And now this is a real chance for Witness to try and get themselves on the board. Can they get through? They've got to get this clean. They've got to not drop too many players here getting into second. They can't do too much spam. They can't get slowed down too much because Patchouli is going to have an Uber charge eventually. Currently sitting at 30 yard, but they're barging in, and that kill onto Smile is going to open things up a lot.
Yeah, Uber up now for the side of TGG. It's still going to be about 20%. If they go now, they can absolutely make it. We'll have to see what they do. They do use Uber on through, onto last here. Able to get that sentry gun down early. Some cap time early from Ixie. No one able to get on that point. No soldiers available to block it, and they will bring it back up to a 2-2. 9 minutes remaining. This is one of our closest games we've had so far.
Absolutely, and I've got to say, like, that pressure in onto second, I was saying they need to worry about not losing players as they're trying to squeeze in and just do it fast enough. Catching that kill onto Smile is crucial. If they had one extra soldier who was able to bomb in onto that point at the very end, it could have been an entirely different situation. But now here we are, 2-2, 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. Still time for either of these teams to get all the available points in this round 4 group stage game, as Lucas once again faster on the rollout, doing a good amount of damage.
Yeah, 5th and potentially final round. What do they have in their warehouse? It's a high bomb once again here, just circling round. Pint all over the point. Got to be careful of Solentes though. It's getting in over onto the demo man here. Early pick is out on Solentes, however. Cleaned up health. Again, tragic though on Pint Gaming. TTG been really good at cleaning up these kills during this game here, but it looks like they might be able to get up a bomb in. Oh.
Massive damage there between Pappy and Lucas. We saw the speed that Pappy got flying in through garage. Absolute nukes being dropped there over on these remaining players, and Alien is in a world of hurt here on Yard. I do not know how he's managed to evade those rolling pipes on the ground there as he escapes on 6 HP. It's going to be a last hold at full disadvantage again. It's been a fun ride, but I think we might be seeing Testimonianza gioco getting themselves back in the lead.
Let me off the ride. I don't like it anymore. I feel sick. We'll have to see what they do here. They're playing aggressive on the side of Pint Gaming, a little bit unconventional here, maybe just trying to deny as much time as possible. Uber is used out early, but it looks like Alien might be caught unless that serve absolutely saves him. It might possibly do, but Smile's going down during this. They've got all the space on this right-hand side on the same of Witness, and it looks like it's too little too late. It will be TDG/Witness Italia taking that 3rd round, and that was a much more convincing one. That looked more like the team we know.
Absolutely, it was incredibly clean. Yeah, the mid-fight was a bit iffy in parts, but the collapse after the mid-fight was perfect. The coordination between Lucas and Pappy, and as we saw, the conversion into last, really great. Playing the space fantastically, and now for the first time in 24 minutes, Witness Gaming are ahead in their granary game. We see this time Alien not even bothering to go for the pack straight away, trying to avoid as much damage as possible as we wait for the soldiers, as I'm sure we're going to see they're going to be jumping in high.
Yeah, high bombs coming out once again here. Warp's going high, not really able to get much health. Again, already a little bit low on the side of Pint Gaming. It's playing a bit of a rotate game, but it looks like
the big damage on Choke. And yeah, this is what we're used to seeing here. Ixie walking in, cleaning up everything, and it's a full clean wipe. 6 versus 0. As Witness Italia, even they're walking onto last. They want to lock this out. Warp the only spawner.
Yeah, this is a little unfortunate, right? Like, I feel like they've just figured out the mids a bit. They know what Pint Gaming is going to go for, and they are just trying to counter it as much as possible. They're basically trying to do the exact same thing, get those bombs in at the right time, get as much damage as possible, and this is basically all she wrote. This is disgusting. Lucas just sitting at the spawn doors with Uber charge all over him. Invulnerability for days here. I mean, Pint Gaming, you just don't get out of this one, unfortunately.
completely locked out. They hadn't even started capping second when the Uber got punked. There was no rush at all. They had all the coordination. And on a map like Granary as well, there's the pipe you can sit soldiers on as well. And you have the high ground advantage locking out these doorways. As Witness 4-2 up. They're in cruise control. With 5 minutes left, yes, Pint can technically get back into this one. But I think their fun might be over at this point.
It potentially might be, but they have made it an entertaining one nonetheless, and we can't count them out with 5 minutes remaining. They won that first round in basically a minute flat, so why can't they do it twice here? We'll see what goes on. Lucas, not the healthiest on this mid. Oh, doesn't catch that stick. He might have been a bit better if he did.
Nearly manages to get it, but Alien getting caught by the stickies eventually. Double bomb landing it in from Smile and Warp's not quite able to get anything as we're seeing shades of the previous fights. Now at least Patchouli gets out for Pint. That's like the one saving grace they have, but they're looking at 4.5 minutes to get 2 rounds. They need more than this, and they don't really want Smile going down. This is looking closer to a 5-2 than anything else.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one. They've been building actually a lot better here on TDG during this. If they do want to go in, they will have about 10-second advantage on this. I don't know if that's possible, though. They are building quite well now on patch, but I mean, either way, they don't have to do anything. The round, the total game timer is now lower than the round timer, so you can essentially do nothing, or you can just go in, get the force onto patch from a Lucas, and then just push in with Swans.
Absolutely. Alien gonna get a couple of kills there in that Uber charge, but that is all it's gonna be, as it's full Uber ad now for Witness. They might end up conceding second point, or honestly, like, maybe not. At this point, the spam is still looking good from these soldiers, despite Lucas even going down. And look, they're in position. They're getting set up miles away from Uber charge. Patchouli. Soki getting caught is going to be one less off-class option on this last point as they use it. They're walking forward, and they want to end this here and now.
That is exactly what they're going to do. Just raining down absolute terror, RTDG. We weren't believers, Ben. And we were sorely told.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna win.
Yeah.
I really thought.
I was a believer. I was a big believer.
I was definitely on that vibe. I thought they were gonna make it. And especially after that first like 10 minutes or so performance, even after getting equalized done, they get that second round up. It's looking fantastic. So many great plays from all of the players. No, we obviously talked a lot about Andy, but everyone was stepping up to their peak performance. But that's the thing, you're playing a team this good.
Yeah.
Like, you need
there comes a point where your game plan just doesn't work out, and you just sometimes lose it.